Hello everybody. My name is Maggie, and today we're going to complete one of the exercises, one of the English exercises that I create for digital specialists. So it is dedicated to taking 15 minutes of your time during your busy days to get in this trendy topic to learn about terms, to understand the context, to maybe feel confident and fluent during your professional related conversations. And before we actually proceed, I would really offer you to take a look at the exercise beforehand, complete the exercise, read the theoretical part, and then compare to my thoughts using this video. Or maybe you may have questions and you would like to revise everything that you completed, or just use these videos as a little guidance if you feel stuck or maybe you misunderstand something. So today we're going to talk about machine learning in MarTech. Marketing technology is MarTech is marketing technology, and basically nowadays, whether we want it or not, we still need to consider certain AI related terms and domains. And machine learning is actually one of the branches of AI, and it is really closely interconnected nowadays with MarTech. And let's have a short overview of the file with exercises. So we have theoretical part at the very beginning, which you can also learn more about if you want to watch an online lecture, which I share on my YouTube channel. And also we have here several exercises of different types, like filling the blanks, whether the statements are true or false, matching the definitions with their terms. And then we have multiple choice tests, and also we have once again fitting the definitions with the words. And we have answer key. Also, you can see here that there is a link to the feedback form. Using this form, you can share your opinion or maybe offer or suggest some kind of topic or terms that you find really interesting for you and you wish to have examples, exercises based on that to practice. Also, in addition to free English exercises, I also host MarTalks, open online conversations, discussions, which help people, non-native English speakers, as I'm also not native English speaker, to feel more confident to talk to like-minded people and then, be fluent in real life conversations. And I think that's really good. And also, if you wish to work individually with me on improvement of your spoken English for business purposes, or if you wish to discuss your MarTech career directions, you can also do that. There are plenty of possibilities. And also, it's possible to check out the MarTech guide, which I wrote based on more than 12 years of my experience in this field as a lecturer and as a practitioner. So basically, let's go without further ado to our file. And here we can say that you will certainly need to go through the theoretical part. I'm not going to cover it here because, there is an online lecture and there is a blog post about it, so we're just going to dive in and start with exercises. So let's start with our exercises. So exercise number 1, we are going to fill in the blanks. So personalized arrow function, recommendation, chatbots, and data. So what do we have here? First, machine learning needs a lot of accurate something to work well. Well, basically, we can certainly assume that we're talking about data here because customer data or any type of data is the fundamental part of AI. Of AI's, training process and all that kind of stuff. Second, something are used in customer service to answer common questions. So last time we discussed chatbots, and generally these are the chatbots which are the right answer for this sentence, for this blank space. The something engine helps online stores to offer the right products. So personalized recommendations are currently the fundamental part of personalization, and basically the customer-centric approach in marketing is the fundamental part of it. Hence, we can say that we're talking about recommendation engine. And something shows how close machine is to the correct answer. So basically we're talking about the error function because any type of statistical approach, and AI is working on a statistical approach. This is something that is like there is an error function which is fine, which is really vital to determine its correctness and its validity. And the 5 customers enjoy a more experience as the algorithm learns. So basically, the more it learns, the more personalized the experience become. And in MarTech, like the fundamental part of MarTech is actually contributing to this customer centricity of marketing nowadays, and hence this is something that has to be really covered using MarTech nowadays and machine learning in particular. Perfect. Moving on to the exercise number 2. Let's read the comments. Let's read the statements and determine whether they are true or false. So machine learning always needs human input to make decisions, which is actually false, because we have like a black box, which doesn't really help people understand what kind of inputs and what kind of decision making is there in the machine learning or in neural networks or deep learning. So this is something that happens without human input. I mean, human input is necessary, but not always. Decision trees are easier to check than neural networks, which is actually true, because decision trees are usually there is some kind of a decision which goes like these branches or something. This is actually human created, while neural networks, which is something like happening in our brains, and usually they're just weighted decisions which we cannot really see. We just see the output, so we don't really know. That's why this is actually true. Decision trees are easier to check. Machine learning works best with small random data sets. Well, here I would say that this is false, because machine learning generally is dedicated to actually working with big data, and hence this is actually false. Chatbots can suggest product sizes to customers. Well, here we can say that it's true. Well, depending on your request, chatbot can actually help be your little sales representative and little consultant. Computer vision helps understand spoken language. Well, this is false, because computer vision is for the recognition of images or faces and all of that, rather than we can talk about voice recognition if we talk about spoken language and natural language processing and all that kind of stuff. Exercise number 3. Let's match machine learning use cases to their descriptions. So we have speech recognition, chatbots, computer vision, recommendation engine, and marketing analytics. So what understands photos and video content? So here we can certainly see that we're talking about computer vision, because we need something to recognize pixels and their sequence in order to determine what's there. Moving on, improves campaigns and customer relationships. So basically here we're talking about market analytics, because machine learning is also a big part of real-time marketing analytics, and hence it can be a fundamental part of improvement of the campaigns, whether something works, doesn't work based on particular audience. And customer relationship, we're talking about customer engagement and all that kind of stuff. So translate spoken language into written form. So basically here we can say that we have spoken language and we need to have that as a textual input. Hence we can say that we're talking about speech recognition. Natural language processing is the huge part of that. We discussed it last time, or one of the previous times. Then offers advice or answers questions online. We're talking about chatbots here. This is quite clear. And recommendation engine is for suggesting products during checkout. So as recommendations can appear during your initial product search, recommendation engine can actually help you when you are checking out, but still can advise you to buy something based on your preferences, and maybe you're going to enjoy it a lot. Moving on, exercise 4. We have questions. We have a little test quiz. So what is machine learning? A tool for writing blog, a branch of AI that uses data and algorithms to learn, a computer virus. Well, it's B. What is the drawback of decision trees? They use too much memory, they can be unstable, they are hard to understand. Well, basically here we can say that they are unstable. It's like human-based input, and basically they cannot really be used for very large data most of the time, and hence they are quite unstable, because let me tell you, plenty of other things are using more memory and they can be hard to understand, but neural networks are harder to understand. What does GIGO mean in machine learning? Great input, great output, garbage in, garbage out, grouped items go outside. Garbage in, garbage out. If you feed the algorithm wrong data, faulty data, garbage data, you're going to get garbage results. This is actually the truth of machine learning and other branches of AI. How do recommendation engines work? They guess based on the weather, they use customer age, they analyze past behavioral data. Well, here I can actually tell you that they can analyze past behavioral data. If customer provided an age, and this is somehow the definitive part of the product selection, well, you can use customer age, but in this domain is usually anonymous data, and hence past behavioral data is a fundamental input for the recommendation engine and its work. Which of these is not the case of machine learning use? Cookies, recipes, speech recognition, computer vision, which is not, well, basically recipes, even though you can generate a particular cooking recipe if that's something that you're after. And last exercise for today, let's match the terms, the correct definitions. A, supervised machine learning, recommendation engine, computer vision, reinforcement learning, chatbot. So, a tool that gives product suggestions based on user behavior. So we're talking about recommendation engine. Moving on. Technology that helps computers understand and use images or videos. We're talking about computer vision. A learning model where feedback is used to make better decisions. So basically here we can say that we're talking about reinforcement learning. A virtual assistant that talks with customers using text or voice. We're talking about chatbot. And a system that uses labeled data to learn and make predictions. We're talking about supervised machine learning, because it is something that is, well, being supervised, and hence this is something that needs labeled data to actually work. So here's the answer key. You can check out the answers and join me for any kind of other type of meetings and whatever. And with that, I thank you for staying with me. I really hope it was useful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Good luck with your professional development or studies on your work, and see you in a kind of videos, post, or whatever is interesting for you. All right, bye bye.